Good evening and welcome back to the podcast of Epic Waves. I'm back and I'm your host here again, Michael, and we have some new faces on the table today. Today we have to the left of me, Miss Tierra.
Hi.
To the right of me, we have Miss Christian. And to my far right, we have a man, Mr. Trezzo. Mr. Trezzo is here on the podcast with us today. So today our topic we had was love languages and do we know our love language? First off, we're going to ask the question, how's everybody feeling today?
I feel great.
You feel great?
Yes.
You feel great, Miss
I'm
Christian?
excited.
You excited? Okay. Mr. Trez, you good? All right. All right. The first thing that I wanted to do is also say thank you all for being on the podcast with me today. We're going to get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into the nitty gritty. So, first, I wanted to ask that question. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay. There we go. All right. So, what's your love language? When I brought the attention to you guys to actually be on the podcast, and I said the topic is going to be about what is your love language? What was your first thought?
My first thought was I already know my love language.
Okay.
And my love language is acts of service.
Okay.
So I didn't even have to take the test. I already knew what it was.
Okay. All right. And Miss Christian?
I definitely knew what my love language was, but it was just kind of exciting to be able to share from a different perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And Mr. Trez.
told me
Uh huh.
I had no clue.
You had no clue?
What is a love language?
Okay.
I had to do my research.
Okay. A new topic for you. Okay. And so for me, I knew about it, but I didn't know the depths of it per se. I think in our podcast previously with Miss Christian, we had talked about like what is my love language. And at first I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what you mean by that. So when I took the test, I found out that my love language based off the test is words of affirmation. And so when I thought about it, I was like, okay, words of affirmation, that makes sense to a certain degree. I was like, it does because I rather you tell me I appreciate you or thank you for what you've done versus you getting me a gift.
Right.
So I was like, it does make sense. But I had first thought when I had put the poll out was the question of, you know, quality time. Because to me, quality time is important as well. But when I sit there and think about it, well, no, you can be there with me. But if I've done so much, not necessarily needing a pat on the back, but if you don't acknowledge it every now and then, it kind of feels like it's something taken for granted. So for me, I do appreciate and say words of affirmation would be my love language. So I task you all to do the test, and Miss Tierra, you are New York, so you don't have to do. But Miss Christian and Miss Trez, Mr. Trez, could you tell me what your love language, what you thought it was at first, and what you actually found out to be?
I thought mine was quality time.
Okay.
A little bit of acts of service.
Uh-huh.
But when I actually did the test, I was like, no. All this time, acts of service has been mine.
Okay. And-
Quality time, just under that.
Uh-huh.
Just under.
Okay.
So that's my number 2.
Okay, Mr. Trez,
I went, mine is words of affirmation.
words of affirmation.
I had to research first. I had to read everything and words of affirmation.
Okay. And so before we go any further deeper into it, I'll go ahead and give everyone the 5 languages, love language. Thank you. So the first one is words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Some of them are self-explanatory, but words of affirmation, again, I'll tell you what it says. If this is your love language, you thrive on verbal acknowledgement, compliments and encouraging words, I love you, or thank you. For acts of services, it says, for those with those love languages, actions truly speak louder than words. Helping with chores, taking care of responsibilities, fixing things, or easing someone's burden is what acts of services would be. For receiving gifts, self-explanatory. Quality time, undivided attention.
That part.
Undivided attention. Is the name of the game for those individuals being together while focused on each other uninterrupted is what quality time is. And of course, physical touch, we know, okay, I'd rather you touch me than say I love you, So it goes a little deeper, but we're not, okay. All right. So prior to that, that's your primary love language was words of affirmation. Is there something else on those 5 that you could probably feel like, okay, I have a mixture of 2? What would be your secondary love language? Acts of service. Okay, Miss Christian.
Uninterrupted quality time.
You specifying on the uninterrupted.
Yeah, because I'm around people all day, every day. So when even like on my drive home, I'm decompressing. Like my mind is coming to a more calm state. So the fact that I can shut my brain off and just be in like oneness with you, that's everything to me. I can tune out the world for that moment in time. So,
Okay. And Miss Tiara?
I would definitely say quality time.
Quality
'Cause
time?
I love experiences.
Okay.
I love to go on vacation. I love to go to the park. I love to. It can be a plethora of things that we do, but just spending that time is more important to me than receiving an actual gift. So the physical, material things, they don't really matter. But if we can just go get a basket, get some wine, some sandwiches, sit at the park, and I'm good.
Okay, so even for me, I would say quality time would be my second one, but it's also kind of like running neck and neck with acts of services because I love to do for others when I see that there is a need, whether you ask or not. But quality time is also something that's more important to me because I rather, like you said, I'd rather be at the house, watch a TV, watch a movie, eat something inside versus, okay, got to go here or there. But again, the undivided attention is the stressor part.
Yeah.
Like, hey, put your phone down.
Mhm.
Hey, put your phone down. Hey, especially when we're having a conversation.
Mhm.
Like, I need to see that you're looking at me, whether you're listening or not. I just
Yeah.
would rather
At
to
this
actually.
day and age, it's hard to put your phone down.
Yes.
Why
I
do
mean,
you?
don't y'all agree?
Yeah,
Like,
I need you fully engaged.
Why do you think that is?
we just live in a world that's just like, I mean, it revolves around social media. You're always trying to see what's going on in the world, whether it's, your neighbor down the street or a celebrity, in Hollywood. You just want to be in the know. So, I mean, I don't know. You can go deep into social media and, telephones and stuff.
We're definitely a
but
social media world.
It's hard. You get addicted to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think sometimes you can even do it subconsciously. So like you just pick up your phone and you don't even realize like you've been scrolling
For so long.
an hour.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
You're not even having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find it harder to have conversations with people now than before? Because even with the phones being down, like that in-depth conversation outside of, okay, hey, how you doing? How was your work day? But say, for instance, you're meeting someone new and you ask them that question, or what's your 5-year plan? Or what do you see yourself going in the next 2 or 3 years? And they're like, wow, nobody has ever asked me that question.
I do think it's phone dumb down communication.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or not even, and I'll say the dumb down. I'll accept that one too. But also, it's created a paranoia of having a face-to-face conversation.
Right.
Oh, for
Mhm.
sure.
Right. That's why.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So okay. So now that you learned your love language in your past relationships, has there been a miscommunication, or even in the current relationships, has it been a miscommunication with receiving love because you didn't know your love language, or you don't understand your partner's love language as well?
I didn't understand his love language.
Okay.
And like I shared with them earlier, I learned about love languages kind of late.
Mhm.
And so a lot of the friction that we were having ultimately is because of love languages. What I felt like I was not receiving, okay, I didn't communicate that.
Okay.
What his love language was, I didn't recognize it, so I didn't know how to act on it.
So what was his love language?
Physical touch.
Physical touch.
Mhm.
So you just
Very,
being mean.
he was very, very clingy and touchy feely. And I'm like, I didn't grow up in a very affectionate, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I think it came off like I was like turning him away, but it was like, No, that's just how he communicates.
Okay.
And so again, like I say, I learned it a lot later on, and we had a conversation later, just recognizing where we kind of fell short on both sides.
Okay. That's growth. Okay. Mr. Trez.
Me personally,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I had to be lost. I had no idea what about love. So
Right.
it definitely played a major part, not being able to understand what a person, you know, like or dislike.
Right.
And me too. They're not understanding me. Um, I really don't have time for quality time. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't have time. I really didn't make time. I
Okay.
didn't make time with you.
And I think once you identify what a love language is, you know how to have the conversation. It was never shared with us on what love languages are. So the friction that you're having, well, I feel like you're not doing this, you're not doing. It's not that I'm not doing that. I just don't understand what your love
Right.
language is.
Right. Right.
You know?
So I can say that for previous relationships for me, yes, not understanding love languages created some of the disagreements as well as complaints. But then now that I sit there and think about it, for them, it may have been quality time. And for me, I think I'm guilty of even the undivided attention, and at times, when I'm working a full time job, then I have a podcast, then I have photography, then I have dad, a lot of it cuts in between that quality time that people may want. But for me, I try to explain like, hey, I may not can give you, say, the whole weekend or whatever, but the time that I did give you, that's all I can give you. I mean, I think quality time, even in that space, shouldn't be like a set parameter or a amount of time. But if I'm giving you what I can, I feel like that should be enough.
I'm giving you what I can, like you understand. I'm giving you a sacrifice.
But you also have to communicate that.
And I have.
Sometimes you feel like
Right.
I'll give a little pushback.
Yes,
on
ma'am.
that because you say, okay, you should be satisfied with what I'm giving you, but you have to flip that. And
Okay.
would you want your partner to say, well, just be satisfied with what I give you? Like I think you gonna have to really put in work. And once you find out what that love language is, then you may have to, cancel plans,
There's a
with
little
your
sacrifice that has
friends.
to be made.
Yes.
Compromise.
Yeah, compromise.
Look at the guy.
The,
Like,
the,
like,
the bills don't compromise.
like always something.
Yeah.
Don't get upset about something.
I think for if you communicate with me that you have a really tight schedule and that includes work, business, children, and the same for me. If you can actually say, "Well, hey Christian, my schedule is kind of tight this week. I got this availability. I don't mind shuffling something around." That's showing me that you're hearing me.
mhm,
You're trying
mhm,
versus,
mhm.
well, I just have Tuesday and I got to do X, Y,
Take it
Z.
or leave it.
Take it or leave it. That doesn't satisfy me.
But what happens when that goes on repeatedly? What are they?
We're not having
9 weeks.
we're not having conversation. We're not communicating.
No, if I'm telling you like,
You're busy for 9 weeks.
How are you
Tuesday,
telling me that?
Thursday,
How are you communicating that with me?
look, I gotta do this. We can go out and eat Tuesday, and then I gotta do this Thursday. We can go out. But what they goes on for 9 weeks?
Well,
But I'm telling you,
I would hope she would be like, I would hope she's understanding with your schedule and she should kind of involve herself in your schedule. I know you have to be here, there, if you're allowing her to be involved in your schedule. Hey, well, I can come and help you since you like acts of service and affirmation.
Mhm.
I'll meet you XYZ, and when we have some downtime while you have this tight schedule, let's grab a bite to eat, let's go walking. There are ways around it.
Yes.
Like if you wanted to, you would.
Yes.
So
Like you said, you make time for what you
you
want.
make time for what you want.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'll let y'all have that one. So, do you know your spouse's or significant other's love language?
Yes. Physical touch.
Physical touch.
And that's something I had to work on, and I'm still working on that. That's something that is not a per se a necessity for me,
Mhm.
but because I know it is for him, then you know what? We sitting on the couch. I need to reach over and hold his hand, or rub his arm, or put my arm around his, different things like that. So yeah, definitely something I'm still working on.
Okay.
Question.
Mhm.
Aside from sex, what
Okay.
does physical touch look like for men?
Massage,
Okay.
scalp.
You want me to go to sleep then? For me, I'm not a clingy, touchy type person. Like even when it's out in public, like the PDA and stuff, like here and there, but I'm not that touchy. And also I'm a cold nature person and I want to be cold. I can't stand a hot body person, and all the people that have been in my life have been hot bodied. So it's like, hey, you look too close because I'm hot and I don't like to be
That's
I don't like to be
interesting.
hot. So that's one thing too. And because I even like have a cold blanket. Like my comforter blanket is cold. So yeah. So I mean, so for me, like physical touch, I mean, yes, I'll kiss you and stuff, but it doesn't have to be the sexual part, but as far as like, oh, hold my hand, okay, we sit on the couch, I'm not like, for why? That's my question. So
Mhm.
so for me, I definitely know that physical touch is not my thing, but it's kind of hard for me
So
to do.
if physical touch was your partner's thing,
Mm-hmm.
would that be something that you would kind of like work on
It
and
would-
be like, if she wants to hold my hand, even though I'm hot, I'm gonna hold her hand.
Yes, I will. It will be a struggle for me. I will compromise, but it will not be for a lengthy period of time, if that makes sense. Like, yes, I will hold it, but after a while, it's gonna be like, okay,
So that's fair. You're
Yeah,
meeting
that's a
her-
compromise.
Yeah, you're meeting her halfway.
okay,
Y'all into the open the doors and all that stuff?
I love a gentleman. Yes, I do. Hmm.
okay.
Definitely.
So if they didn't, so say this is the first date or getting to know each other stage. If they didn't, would you make it known, or would you just say, oh, he's just not the type to open the doors?
I mean, it's not a deal breaker.
Okay.
For sure. It's not a deal breaker, but it's just something nice. Like if you open my door, okay, great, thank you. That was so sweet. Like, okay.
And with that, and this is from personal experience.
Okay.
You can't get mad when they don't know.
Facts.
They know.
Correct.
And again, personal experience. Some things I have learned. You just got to show guys. You just got to show. They didn't.
Mhm.
They weren't taught certain things, and so it's your job as well as theirs to teach and learn.
See, a female be secretly mad, upset, you don't even know why.
Tell the girlfriend, but won't tell you. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know.
Look, I have definitely, in my relationship learned that men are not mind readers. And I used to think, like, why don't you know what's wrong with me? Like, literally, like, you don't know what's wrong with me? Come on now.
Mhm.
But they don't. They really
They
don't.
don't know what they don't know.
And so I've learned to be like, okay, let me just tell you what's up. And a lot of times, this is just, me personally. Sometimes I don't really like confrontation. So sometimes I don't want to verbally say it. I'll just shoot a text message and be like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And it's easier for me to communicate that way. I don't know, that might be weird, but
No,
it's easier
not.
for me to communicate through like a text versus actually talking to you face to face.
Okay. And so when you do send those text messages, is it after a time has passed, or is it while, say, you both are in the same location?
It's within the day.
Okay.
Like something could have happened, in the day, and then like it's that night. I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, it's festering, and I'm like, I really want to say something, and he'll be in one room, I'll be in another room, and I'll just shoot the text, and then we'll a lot of times we'll resolve conflicts through that text message, and then we'll move on.
Now, was this something that you learned to do, or was it something that you've always been
No,
doing?
no, no. That was trial and error.
Okay, so
Because-
explain to me.
Yes,
Give-
I would hold it in.
okay.
And I don't stay mad for that long, but longer than that I could be, so I would just be holding it in for a period of time. But then I was like, well, let me just try this. So I tried to send a text message, we resolved it, and I was like, okay, I can do that. I
Mhm.
can do that.
So
Okay.
when you holding it in, like you
Mhm.
holding it in, like
Yes.
Act out on it, like
Absolutely.
passive.
Passive aggressive, like don't look at me, don't talk to me, don't ask me anything.
Oh yes.
but I'm not that type of person. Like, that's just not me. Like, I don't like to be in conflict.
Hate it.
Okay.
I can get very
So-
sharp.
So, like,
Yes.
you feel the type of way. You like, don't say that to me. He was like, "I'm saying it to you." He go 2 days, 3 days, then he gets something bigger. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And in
yeah.
hindsight, you like, I didn't even have to do all of that. I should
Right.
just.
Right.
oh,
Yes. 100%.
Cause I'm not a mean
Yes.
person. I hate to be rude. I hate to be ugly, but I can get very sharp by the tongue if I feel like you're not hearing me.
Really?
Yes. And not like a cussing type
Mhm.
thing, but it'll be very sharp and very short and very direct.
Not the K in the period.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So how has that helped in those situations? So say, okay, not knowing the love language affects the whole communication in the whole realm of it, because you're not understanding what that person may need. So when you don't understand the love language, you act out and say passive aggressive, you say, okay, I'm gonna be short. How did that end for you in those situations?
It causes more drama than what's needed, because where I'm being sharp, where I'm being short, I'm not recognizing, well, hey, Christian, he actually might have had a bad day. He actually might be going through something. Hey, like, I feel like when you all step out the door as men, like the world is already against you all.
And
so y'all are fighting 1,000 battles. And so I had to learn through trial and error. It's a time and place to have a lot of conversations.
Mhm.
It's not what you say a lot of times, it's how you say it.
Correct.
And that was done with trial and error and a ton of failure.
Mhm.
And a lot of times, like, it boils down to, okay, I just miss you and I want to see you. Love language coming in.
Mhm. I want to hug.
Well, you should have
Yes.
just said, I want to see you. I want to hug you. I want to feel you. I want to spend. I know that's what I should have said, but I didn't have a language to get that out. But now that we have it and we went through this firestorm,
Hmm.
so when we're going to see each other,
Okay, so instead of just saying that, what's wrong with just saying that?
I'm a human, and it's error. It's error. I'm learning. I'm learning.
Mhm.
At least I'm learning. Let's say that.
A lot of you.
In your mind, you shit, we want to see you right.
So why are you not?
And you got to the point where, like, hey,
So what's wrong with you saying it? What's wrong with you saying I miss you?
Ego.
So now we're gonna put ego on there. So you don't. What are you protecting yourself from? I mean, you already have fallen enough to the point where you're missing this person. So what ego is going through your mind at that point? Like, okay, I'd rather him figure out that I miss him versus me just saying I miss you, because sometimes we want that too.
I think I don't like to bombard anybody. I like to.
So you don't
give
want to feel like.
space. And sometimes if I give space, I'm probably giving too much space, which is a.
So you're trying to find the balance.
Mm-hmm.
put in too much space.
Where you can't breathe. Like I'm just constantly like, where you at? What you doing? Clingy. And some guys like clingy.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't know unless I'm being clingy and you tell me otherwise.
So has that happened before where you were, okay, I'm talking to you throughout the day the entire time and someone says, okay, you come off too clingy, or is this something that's
I've
just
never
mentally?
been told that I'm too clingy. It's a mental thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a mental thing.
Miss Sierra?
I'm not clingy at all.
So, oh, I'm sorry. So let's go through each one's relationship status, and then we'll go a little bit further. Miss Tierra, your relationship status
Married,
for how long?
17 years.
Oh wow, congratulations! Yes,
you.
congratulations, Mr. Christian.
Single.
Okay, Mr. Trez. and and for myself, I'll say single. So Miss Sierra, going back to you, as far as has there ever been that moment as well where, okay, I really miss him, but I just don't want to say it. I want him to see that I'm missing him.
Not in my personal relationship.
Okay.
We pretty much do everything together. um, but I'm not clingy at all. So I'm always telling him, go out with your friends, go to, the concert,
Hmm.
go do what you want to do, have fun. Because I'm gonna do the same thing. Like I'm gonna go with my girls to the concerts. I'm gonna go out with my girls to eat. Like I'm gonna have those experiences. And I want you to have those experiences too. And then when we come back together, then we're ready to see each other.
Right.
So I would never tell him like you need to be with me 24/7, but when we are like after we've done the things that we're gonna do outside of the intimate relationship, then when we come back together, we're ready to see each other. We're ready to go out to dinner. We're ready to go eat to eat. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so that's the question. Like, okay, y'all already got 17 years, so you have kids. You know, like do like spend time up with your significant other, the kids, and what kind of thing?
Um. So we have two boys, and I just had a little girl
Congrats,
two
congrats.
months ago.
Oh my God, congrats, congrats.
Yeah. So my oldest son, he's not by my husband. So I have an older son, and then my younger two are with my husband. So I have a great support system. My mom, she like if we need a date night, it was always okay, mama. Can you watch, kids for a second while we go out? And she's like, yeah, let's go. So we never had an issue with like, oh, what are we gonna do with the kids? What are we gonna do with the kids? But we do prioritize ourselves too when it comes to
Perfect.
kids. It's not always like I gotta be with my kids 24/7, 7 days a week. I love my babies. I do. And if you know me, you know I love my babies. But if we need a date night, I'm gonna call my mama and say,
Yeah.
hey, we need to go, out to dinner, and she'll come over, watch kids, and we'll go out, come back home.
And
I
sometimes
love
it
that.
be about all about the kids,
Mm-hmm.
both parents, and be
Mm-hmm.
about y'all.
Yeah. No, we don't have that problem at all. But I think it's also because thank God we have a great support system. Some people don't have that.
Right.
Right.
When you have to have your kids all the time
Right.
because you can't really send them anywhere, especially these days. So, I mean, I think that could be a conflict or a reason why you can't have that much time if you have kids, younger kids.
That's fair.
Hmm.
That's fair.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Miss Christian. So let me ask you this question. Your love language was what?
Acts of service.
Acts of service.
Mhm.
So what do you feel like that is actually who you are as a person? Acts of service. Does
Oh,
it
yeah.
define you as?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
what do you do in a relationship for your acts of services for them to for you to express love to them? What is something that you do?
Oh, I don't want to give away. I don't
Oh.
want to give away too much.
Okay, don't give away don't give away too much. Just give a little.
um, let's see. If you've had just like a really, really long day,
Mhm.
I'll run you a bath, hot bath, towel warmer.
Towel warmer?
Yes, I'm
Oh.
giving away too much.
Okay.
Massages, maybe hot oil massages.
Okay.
Definitely cooking maybe like your favorite meal. That's something that I love to do. Um, what? I can't give everything
Don't give
away.
away. Don't give away. We're gonna go over to Mr. Trez. Mr. Trez. So going with you as far as words of affirmation, you're in a relationship. So hypothetically, you're in a relationship with someone, and of course, your love language is words of affirmation. What type of things or words would you want to hear from your significant other to make you say, okay, this person actually loves me and cares for me? What are the type of phrases and words that you want to hear?
I feel it's genuine.
Okay.
Like, some people like probably trends.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I can genuinely feel it. Like, you tell they're proud of you, proud, where you came from, what you're doing, and like, Even you know the I love you, and
Right.
going, but it has to be genuine.
So when you hear it, you know that
I
if
know I
it's
can
genuine
feel
or
it.
not.
Mhm.
Okay.
So-
So anybody
Can say it.
Yeah.
Okay. So even let's piggyback a little bit more. So at what moment do you say, okay, this person is genuine with them caring for me and they actually do love me? What clicks for you?
feel it, I gotta feel it. I gotta know. In some situations, it's like a test. You gotta not a test, but it's gotta be like describe. Like I gotta know it. I can't give. Like she said, I can't give away how I would.
Okay. Okay. I'll work with you on that one. All right, I got you. For myself, again, it was words of affirmation. So for me, again, just a simple thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you. Do you need anything? Even if you just hit me with that, do you need anything?
Mm.
I'm not a person that's gonna ask.
I mean, and I may
that's a flaw.
Okay.
Because if you see that I'm constantly in go mode, if you see that I always have a lot going on, I would expect,
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't, I would expect you to step in and alleviate some of that.
Correct. But as we said though,
Mm-hmm.
people don't communicate and understand what another person
And
is.
I have to ask. I need to start asking. I should ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you need anything? Like even because most of the time I'm always the type of person that's gonna say no, I don't. When I know like,
Same.
hey, I ain't got no
Same.
bread and water
No,
in the
I'm good.
cabinet,
I'm all right.
I'm
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
But yeah, but to me, or even like you say, okay, hey, let me pick up over here. Let me clean up this little area over here.
Mm-hmm.
Like small things like that are things like, oh wait, like this person cares. But even if you just stop and say, hey, how is your day? Because most of the time we initiate the conversations
Mhm.
because some people don't want to seem clingy. So even if you say, hey, how was your day? I was just thinking, it's like, whoa, this person cares. So I mean, those are some things for me. But I mean, like I said, acts of services or even gifts, yeah, I like them, especially if they help me with what I'm doing.
Right.
But it's not necessary because in the end, I can get it what I want in the end, so I can buy it for myself. But that's where, yeah, that's where I'm at. So, have you ever dealt with a person who love language, even whether it be a friendship or not? So we can just bring it down to that level as a friendship whose love language was words of affirmation. If you think of a person who love languages of words of affirmation, have you ever damaged the relationship because of the word choices that you used at that moment?
I honestly have never. Mm-mm. I've never had a friend whose love language was affirmations.
Really?
Mm.
Wow.
And I don't know if I have had a friend that, that was their love language. But for me personally, I compliment everybody. Like, I'm going to tell you, you look good. Oh, I like that shirt. Oh, your hair is so cute, girl. Like, that's me. Like, and I do it genuinely. Like, I really do feel that way. But I just love to make people feel good about themselves. So I mean, hopefully I have run into somebody that was their love language.
And
Because I do
subconsciously,
that just
probably everybody.
anyway. I just
would
did
like
that.
that.
Yeah, for
Gotcha.
sure.
Okay. Oh, y'all good. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the poll from the last week that we had did
Okay.
and just go over the results for that. And we'll talk about those type of or actually the comments on it. So the question was what is your love language? And so right now the viewers are actually watching the chart on there. So, but they can hear us. So over here it said the one was words of affirmation. We had acts of service. We had quality time, physical touch, and also I can't read it. Oh, receiving gifts. So the one that won was acts of service at 53%, followed by quality time. And then leading behind that was acts of service. Words of affirmation. And then 2% had like physical touch and as well as gifts. So the main one for everyone was acts of services at 53%.
And I think that might be because acts of service kind of encompasses a few of the other ones.
Right.
I mean, you can put acts of service if somebody is, washing the dishes for you, or did a load of laundry for you. That's it's almost like that's quality time. Like
Yeah.
you're with that person. Um, Acts of service receiving, that can also kind of be in there with receiving gifts. Like, um, I was just thinking about you. I got you some flowers. Not that it's an expensive gift,
Right.
yeah, but I mean that could be an act of service because you were thinking about me and you just wanted to make me feel good that day. So I think that might be why acts of service is so um, much more, a bigger percentage,
Hmm.
because it kind of engulfs a couple of the other ones
Yeah.
as well.
I was shocked though.
Were you?
You
Yeah.
think so? Wow.
I was. I thought that maybe it would be a lot more in receiving gifts than acts of service.
I think receiving gifts is becoming very transactional.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Give me your explanation.
because you do this for me, I'm gonna give you this,
Okay. So expecting something out of
Yeah.
the gift. Okay.
which is not genuine.
Oh.
It's your birthday and you get you something for
Mm-hmm.
Christmas.
Mm-hmm. And if you are gonna gift me, aside from me mentioning that I wanted something, if you see that, like, I'm very much a home good type person,
Mm-hmm.
so I love linens. Like, I'm gonna go buy linens just because. I love linen sprays. I love candles. I love that type of stuff. So if you're getting that type of stuff because you thought of me and you saw it while you was out,
Hmm.
I would melt just because I all things home. I love it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think like receiving gifts, and I think it's a sign of the times. A lot of women probably back in the day when women didn't really work, the man was the breadwinner.
Yes.
You would want to receive the gifts because, like you said, you couldn't get it for yourself.
Right.
But now you have women like we're making our own money, we're doing our own thing. Like I can go if I want to go buy, the Gucci bag. I can go buy the Gucci bag.
Mhm.
I don't need you to,
Right.
give it to me. Now, if you do, like, okay, get me
Yeah,
the Gucci
thank you.
bag,
I'm very
but
appreciative of that.
like you can give it to me, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
But it's nothing
Yeah, it
that
does.
we have to have
Mhm.
from a man.
Yeah. And I've dated guys who are breadwinners, and sometimes they can try to treat you a certain way,
Control.
Mhm.
and it's like I'm not one of those ones that I have a table just like you have a table, so let's act accordingly.
Okay. Okay.
Now I'm still giving you the space to be a man and allowing
Yes.
you to lead, and I'm more than willing to follow. But let's keep it cute now.
Okay.
Let's please do that.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for the married persons on the table, yes. So so we're going to ask you a question. For those who are in the stage of engagement as well as newlyweds, what is one thing that you wish you knew before getting married?
Ooh, that's a good question. One thing I wish I knew before
About
getting
love,
married.
yes.
I guess I would have to say that you can't change a person. The only thing that you can do is better yourself. Put God first.
Mm.
Let Him lead you. Let Him lead the relationship, and then everything else will fall into place. Because I got into a place to where I'm like, okay, I can fix you, or if I keep nagging you, you're gonna change this thing that I want you to change.
Right.
No, you're not. So I would just say that, and this is on both sides. Like the man needs to better himself for his significant other, and then the woman needs to better herself for her significant other, and then y'all come together. Communication key. Like I was saying with the text messages before, like I would let things simmer, for a day or two. Find a way to communicate early at the beginning, in the dating stages. Figure out how you can communicate with that person, and do that. Communicate, all talk, 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 talk. I mean, I can just think of, I don't know, so many times where one conversation would fix so many things, and it would fix it after 2 or 3 days, and I'm like, dang, we should have had this conversation
Right.
Yeah.
2 or 3 days ago, and we could have been good.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we could have been watching our Netflix shows together. But yeah, so communication. Don't try to fix the other person. Fix yourself. Then come together, and make it work.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let me ask you this question. Do we feel, going by each person, do we feel that men and women love differently?
Absolutely.
Do you
I
feel?
think so. Definitely.
Okay. So what is your perspective on how a man loves differently from a woman?
I think men feel not a man,
Okay.
and so feel free to correct me.
We will.
I feel like because you all are providers,
Mm-hmm.
that's your way of loving.
Mm-hmm.
Where our perspective is, well, that's something you should be doing.
Mm.
I agree with that. Being a man and the head of the household, being a master man, you got so much more to think about versus coming home and you gotta go provide, make a way, you gotta protect,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta look out for the kids, and then you gotta come home like overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like it's an overload. Like you gotta understand that I've been out all day working. And like you said, these days women are
Doing the same thing. Yeah.
doing the same thing.
Yeah.
At the same time, man, I can tell when a man come out of the house, it's so much stuff he has to face.
Correct.
So when you get home, I tell him to kick back. And ask you how your day was. I say you don't have time. Just go,
I think you all decompress when you come home. So where it comes off as
Absolutely.
okay, well, you've been gone all day. You don't have anything to say. You don't have anything to talk
Yeah.
about. Maybe this is me learning. I'm just decompressing from my day because I fought 1,000 battles outside this door.
Right.
So let me get in a mental space of clarity, and then we can engage.
One thing I did learn though, I learned myself. Sometimes you gotta, like, if you getting off work, you gotta take time to yourself. Like answering phone calls,
Mm-hmm.
phone constantly. Sometimes you just gotta do something.
I
Yeah.
live on Do Not Disturb.
I can't do that.
Like you just go.
And
Yeah.
Get yourself together.
yeah, and for me, I think it is a difference in love and the way that we show love. As you said, the provider type mentality. And for me, even when those conversations have been in those relationships, I'm like, look what I did. I did this, that,
Mhm.
and not understanding per se what their need was in a space as far as like, okay, they wanted quality time. Not saying that I didn't think of them, but
Right.
I just didn't understand, hey, quality time is more important to you versus me, hey, paying the bills to this, to that, so all of those things. But then, like you said, we decompress when we get home.
Mhm.
Like for me, even on a normal work day, I go to lunch on my lunch time, but I don't eat lunch. So yeah, when I get home at 5:30 or whatever, I'm just now eating my real lunch. So I'm wanting to watch TV, just take a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then so when you calling and on the phone, I'm like, I don't want to talk right now. I don't want to talk. I've been talking all day. So I think that is one of those things that I have explained to people, whatever. And then because I'll get my lunch or whatever, and and then pull up. I'm like, all right, you know what it is? Yeah, you better go eat your lunch. So
Mhm.
I'm getting off the phone. I don't want to talk when I'm eating. I just want to breathe, watch my Netflix, and just keep it going. But I think it's also, like you said, how we were brought up.
Mhm.
For sure.
Mhm.
For sure.
You're supposed to provide for the women take care of the home, but then also it's sometimes in a space where it gets to, yes, you're out in the work field as well, but it gets to a point sometimes where we're kind of like battling each other because I'm like, let me do a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
I understand, like you said, you have your table that you can eat at, so in other words, I don't need you.
I
Uh-uh.
didn't say I don't need you because I need you.
Okay.
I don't put that in my mouth.
Okay.
I never said I don't need you. There's always space for a man in my life.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I appreciate
End
the
quote.
clarity. I appreciate the clarity. Thank you so much. Thank you so
gonna have
much.
people jumping.
You could think about it, some people was raised with no love, like they never seen love. Like,
True.
This is
they
true.
don't know how-
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Some people grew up with mom and dad married. Some people just like grew up single, grew up with no mom. and dad.
Mm-hmm.
Searching
Mm-hmm.
for love.
I can agree,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to ask you, since you said that, can that be an excuse for people at times?
It can't become an excuse. But
First, it's a
definitely-
reality.
definitely.
It's true.
First,
yeah.
it is a reality.
Yeah, we have to acknowledge
as
that part.
we
Yes.
acknowledge and communicate through this,
Mm-hmm.
and you still revert to the same behavior, now it's
That's the
becoming an
problem.
excuse on your
Mhm.
behalf.
Okay. Thank you for that clarity.
It's
Mm-hmm.
hard for some people.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trauma.
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 Come
And
from
you-
a loving household. Come from,
Survival.
Survival.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's where that word of counseling and therapy comes into play, where we have to understand that it's nothing bad about it.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with talking to someone about
100%.
what we feel it.
And a lot of times,
Yes.
what you'll see in relationships that have friction and those that have failed is because of upbringing. Some people were raised out of love, some raised out of survival. And so when they meet a partner, they don't understand conflict resolution. They understand, oh, I don't get my way. I'm either going to turn up and yell and scream, or you have the flight. You either going to fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Miss Tierra, do you feel like men and women love differently? And if so, how?
Yeah, definitely. Just piggybacking off of what you guys said, just men are the providers. They're, alpha male. I gotta do it this way. And women, more soft, feminine. But I think that's why this conversation is so important, because if you can find somebody, like when I got married, I had no idea about the love languages. I didn't find that out until probably, maybe like 10, 15 years ago, like a little bit on into it. But if you can find somebody, it makes it easier to be together and to live together if you do have the same love languages. Not saying it's going to happen like that every single time. It's not going to be perfect. But hey, if you find somebody and it's like, my love language is acts of service and your love language is acts of service, hey, I mean, that transition and that relationship is going to be a lot easier. So I would definitely say we do love differently. But if we communicate, if we figure out what our love languages are, you can make it through.
Oh, awesome. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to open up the lines for a caller to talk about
Okay.
their thoughts on
Okay.
love language. So I'm going to move over to the hotline number, which is going to be available for you all to call on, which is going to be 706-883-5670. And again, the phone number is 706-883-5670. Let's see if we get somebody to call. Give me 1 second. Let's play this again. Let's see. Might not. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Let's put that phone number up there again. The hotline again. Here's the number for you all. And again, it's 706-883-5670. See if anybody calls. Do-do-do. Somebody call. Anybody. Scream. Let's see. Don't look like it. So we're going to keep on moving. I'll keep the hotline open for everybody, but if you want to call, we'll get the heads up on that for you. So now, what do we need when we talk about love? What do you, as the singles over here, what do you need more in your upcoming relationship? I'll leave it to you, Miss Christian. Ladies first. from your previous and past relationships, what do you think that you would desire more in the upcoming relationship pertaining to love?
Probably showing up for me as much as I show up for you.
Okay.
Because I'm just naturally a problem solver by nature. So if something is going on, I'm automatically wiring my brain to figure out 3 or 4 solutions.
Okay.
Not that I have a lot going on, but when I do, I expect you to show up as urgent within reason, because I know people have their own lives, but just showing up as much as I show up for you. And quality time. Quality time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Mr. Trezzo.
Understanding my lifestyle, understanding how I think sometimes. And I also need to work on myself. Being more understanding.
Okay. And I think you took.
You feel like you lack understanding on certain things?
Okay.
Okay.
For me, it would be the same thing, understanding, but understanding from the other half.
Elaborate.
I think because when I was saying, as far as the multiple hats that I wear and the life that I have, I mean, at times I'm not always going to be. We got a call, y'all. We got a call. Let's see then. Okay, let's get it. All right. Good evening and welcome to the podcast of Epic Ways. This is Michael, and I think we have Mr. Keith Whitaker on the line. Is that correct? Not much. How are you, sir? Well, I appreciate you calling. So go ahead and tell us what you feel. So first of all, what is your love language? Yes. Words of affirmation. Okay. And so and the other question was, do you know what your partner's love language is? Okay. So prior to your previous relationship, did you know your partner's love language? Okay, physical touch. And for you, was that a hard thing for you to understand, or was that ever an issue at that point? Right. Right. Okay. So going forward into your new or future relationship at that point, what is it something that you want to gain more of in your new relationship? Right. 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 Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in. Anybody have anything for Mr. Keith? No? All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in, sir. You have a good one, and thank you for watching the Epic Ways podcast. Thank you. Have a good one. All right. We just had our first call, y'all. We just had our first call. Okay. So yeah. So let me ask you this question.
Okay.
As a final question relating to today's podcast, has your love language changed over the years? So prior to was it always words of affirmation, or has it or for me, it was words of affirmation. But was your love language? Did it ever change, or was it always the same? Let's go with Miss Tierra first today.
Mine hasn't changed, but I do believe they can change.
Okay.
I believe like just different things can happen throughout your life, different experiences, different traumas. You can have things happen that, change your life, like, whether it's good or bad. Like for an example, if it was words of affirmation and you went through like an abusive relationship and you're just
Mm.
like, I just feel like something like that could change the need for that. So I do think that they can change, but mine has never personally changed, but I do think they can.
Wow. Thank you, Miss Christian.
Mine has always been the same. To piggyback, as you go through life itself, those different seasons, rain, hail, sunshine, you're going to need different things in different seasons of your life. So just identifying what those needs are and communicating how that person, those people can show up for you outside of a relationship,
Mhm.
even, is going to be important. So knowing what you need and how to communicate through that is going to be crucial.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Trez.
Me personally, now that I know I identify, I don't think it ever changed, but I think like she said, like different experiences in relationship. I think I was trying to please the person, and just like maybe gifts and the things that I knew.
Okay.
Valentine, get this gift or it's like I supposed to take them out to eat. I guess it's growing up, learning, trying to learn.
Right.
I mean, love, not really knowing.
Right.
But now that I know and doing research, I think it always been worse.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because that kind of you gave me a better example. Like, say for instance that you were in a relationship and receiving gifts was your love language, and that person used it to try to control you. You
Mm.
see what I'm saying? That and you're like, okay, well, now it may be quality times or acts of service. So I think that those types of things can happen in your life, and then that can change your love language.
Okay. For me, I think words of affirmation probably has always been that for me. Previously, we talked on a podcast before where I said that even in elementary and middle school, I never felt accepted.
You mentioned that.
So for me, it's always those words or acknowledgments per se that lets me know, hey, I am loved instead of assuming or thinking. So sometimes, even with closure and letting go of a relationship, I can't do, okay, well, you see, she's not talking. No, that doesn't mean that she's done for me. We have to have that closure. We have to have that conversation and say, hey, you go this way, I go that way. So words are more to me than an actual action per se. So so I would say words of affirmation has always been that one for me.
And for anybody that is just constantly in their head, words of affirmation, it's gonna be the deal breaker because nothing is worse than you wandering around aimlessly trying to figure out how somebody feels.
Yes.
Nothing is worse than it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, for sure. For sure.
I have one last
Okay.
question
Yeah.
for the group. Do y'all think that the love languages is enough to sustain a relationship? Like just knowing that?
No,
Me either.
Absolutely not.
not at
Me
all.
either.
Because you gotta have
Me
a
either.
singer. Yeah.
But I tell you, I consider like
Yeah,
love language.
a start.
It's a start. Like it's your significant other, but what about
You got the kids.
out of the family? These kids. I don't know your mom love language.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Love his mom, so it's a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No. You're totally fine.
But I just say that because we're having this conversation. I don't want anybody to think like, okay, if I know that your love language is giving gifts,
Yeah.
and I bought you two purses. Why is this relationship not working? Like, no.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot more
it's a lot more to it. In like that's the first layer of communication wise, but there's efforts and actions and time and just compromising and
Yeah.
every like you
Yes.
got kids involved now. You
There's a
got
responsibility that comes with having a relationship, and I
Yes.
just feel like if you're not all the way in, you likely should not be in one because
Right.
you're gonna damage the person.
okay.
You are.
I don't think it'll ever be perfect.
No,
Never.
no.
Never.
No.
Y'all have to have individual interests, shared interests, have a common goal that you all are trying to get to. It has to be spiritually centered, whatever your belief is. When all hell is breaking loose, you all have to be able to go to whoever that being is to kind of center you all and ground you all and get you back on track and get you back focused.
And speaking of that, let's piggyback and let's go back to the married person.
Yeah.
So a person who is, say, in a relationship, headed to the next stage of engagement, then planning to the marriage, how did you know or did you know this is the one for me?
I remember it very vividly.
Okay.
Very vividly. I'm not an outgoing person until I get to know you. So I can be sitting in a room with you and I will be quiet and, kind of shy. When I met my husband, he can talk to a wall. He can talk to the tree. He can talk to the camera. And when I saw him do that, it was an immediate like, yes, like this is gonna work for me, because when we walk into a room together, he can start the conversation and then I'll just kind of
Jump in.
piggyback off of what he's saying.
Okay.
And that was just like something that it was very important to me, because I do like to talk to people. Like, I'm just a nice person in general, I think. But it's hard for me to start a conversation. And for him, that was like that immediate attraction. Like, he that's the one.
That's the one.
So
Let me ask you this also, because me and my cousins had this conversation a couple of years ago. Did you have that when you know feeling with him?
Yes and no, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I was going through I was coming out of a really bad relationship
Okay.
when I met him. So when I met him, it was like, okay, like this is, a nice guy, but I was still battling trying to leave the other
Okay.
person.
Right.
So did I feel like I could have a relationship with him when I first met him? Yeah. Was he like great? Yes. Like, I mean, everything was just like, yes, but it wasn't like
An immediate.
because I still had this,
In the back. Right.
this other situation in the back of my head. But looking back on it, had I met him and I was not going through that other situation, I feel like it could have been like let's go on and do this.
Wow. This is good. This is good. So, we are going to now go into our sponsors page. Last week we had a sponsor that was from Tranquil Escape Spa.
My favorite.
Yes, Miss Strozers. So at 311 South Lewis Street in LaGrange, Georgia. And last week we had a prize for them to win, which was a 60-minute spa day. And even in that was a gift certificate for them for a facial, a 60 minutes facial. So that was the sponsorship for them. And again, we want to thank Tranquil Escape Spa for that. But prior to that, we have to actually do the actual drawing for who will win that drawing.
Okay.
So right now we're actually going to do the drawing. So the viewers will actually see a drawing board on the actual page right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the drawing. And what I did was I entered everyone who did the poll from this past week. So even you guys, if you actually did the poll, you'll be listed as here. We had 37 people actually do it. So let's go into the actual poll and drawing and see what we can do here. So let's move that in. And we are going to do the drawing. And that is not the new draw. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and do the drawing, and we're going to see who we actually win on this situation. Let's see. Drawing. So the winner is Miss Danielle Brewer. Miss Danielle Brewer,
Okay,
you are the winner
nice.
today for the yes. So Miss Danielle is the winner for the Tranquil Escape Spa and the 60-minute facial. So yes, we want to again thank Tranquil Escape Spa for your sponsorship. If you want to be a sponsor, please just email me, inbox me, and we can go ahead and get you on here and list it as one of our sponsors. So again, as we already said today, the love languages is only part of the relationship, and there is more work to be done for a successful relationship. So again, I appreciate everyone being on the podcast. Miss Tierra, Miss Christian, Mr. Trez. Even though he was nervous, he did very well today. So again, if you don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast on Epic Ways on Facebook as well as on YouTube. We're now on YouTube and we're on all streaming platforms: Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Spotify. So until then, yes, period. So until then, you guys take care of yourselves and we'll see each other next time on the podcast of Epic Ways. I'll see you guys later.